Hi everyone, my name's Alison Kent with Yolo Audubon Society, and here we are at the Woodland Regional Park, which is a 160-acre site to the east of Woodland, and what it used to be was a landfill, which is the hill that you can see behind in the distance there, and they took soil out of this area behind me, which is now a pond, to cap the landfill about 50 years ago. And following that, it was a model airplane club, and for the past, I don't know, 20 years or so, it has reverted to the city, and it is now going to be a park available for everybody to enjoy. What Audubon has been interested in doing specifically with this spot is encouraging the bird life, and behind me to my right you can see a red-tailed hawk nest in that tree, and we may talk more about that later. But we have been seeing quite a few birds interested in this site, and as the area has been enhanced for bird use, especially the water levels in the pond, this is something that we're hoping will really attract more birds to this site. What we have here is a kiosk which is going to be used for interpretive signage to let people know what this site originally was before the European settlement, what it was before human settlement of any kind, what we have found going in here for the plants and the animals. And what a lot of people may not know is that this is a section of remnant alkaline prairie. So this is very alkaline soil, and there's a solid clay underlayer, which means that vernal pools will happen here in the wintertime, which means that these are shallow pools that collect with rain. They host all very interesting animals and plants, and then they dry up as the weather gets warmer, and then there are these spectacular displays of wildflowers. One of them in particular is an endangered plant. It is the palmate bracted birdbeak, and it is really kind of constraining what we're allowed to do here, because we can't have people parking on an endangered plant. So we're being corralled into certain sections of this park, but we're hoping to let people understand the importance of rare plants and how they contribute to the diversity of our natural environment around here. One thing that's very important about this spot is that it's right across from the Spring Lake development in the city of Woodland. And what we're really hoping is that this becomes a wonderful educational opportunity for school kids, but also for adults, and that this is a way of sharing nature nearby with our community. So this area here is some of these willows were taken out for in order to be able to put in the trail, and Audubon has provided a grant to revegetate this area with native plants to provide a bit of a buffer between the path and the people and the bird life on the pond. So those plants have been bought, and we're just waiting for some irrigation mechanism to come in so that we can get them in and make sure that they survive. But you can already see out on the pond here, there are a number of birds. There's Redwing Blackbirds in the tree, and there are also some Canada geese. And what the city has done is actually put in some islands here that will provide additional buffer space for the bird life. And what it's doing as well is providing different levels of water. So this section of the pond here at the east is going to be a permanent wetland, and at the far end it will just be seasonal. So in winter there will be more water in the pond than there is now. What we have here is a nest box for western bluebirds, and tree swallows also use these boxes. Volunteers from Yolo Audubon have been installing these boxes, and right now they're making sure that they are all upright because we had a big wind event and some of them got bent. But they're also shored up against predators. That's what the inverted black tub is. What we have here is a red-tailed hawk's nest up in the top of this tree, and they have nested here for some years now. This area is also going to be important foraging habitat for other raptors such as the Swainson's hawk, northern harrier, American kestrel, and white-tailed kite. And just here, this is my favorite section of the park, this little hollow here. And I like to come here and do a little nature journaling. Nature journaling is a way of recording what you see on a given day at a given time in the way of nature. And it's a way for me to focus on what I'm seeing and hearing. And it really is a great way to leave behind you all the worries of the pandemic, of politics, of everything else. It's a good thing to do for your head. And I have seen a meadowlark, a western meadowlark, in the top of this willow, which is unusual. Usually they're lower down. So that was fun. So I did a little drawing of that, and I also recorded all the birds I saw and heard. What we're hearing here and seeing are some Redwing Blackbirds. They seem to be adopting this site. But this area is also really close to where there are known records of tricolored blackbirds nesting. Tricolored blackbirds are an endangered species, only occurs in California. And we are hoping that with habitat enhancement at this site, we will be able to attract a colony of breeding tricolored blackbirds here as well. Here at the eastern end of the pond are a bunch of Canada geese, and this is the area that will have no water in it in summertime. But these geese are already prospecting for nesting sites, and we hope they are not the only ones. About half a mile away there have been some significant white-faced ibis nesting colonies, and we're hoping that that might happen here as well. And just before we go, here is some Coyote Scat. We've seen coyotes here. There have also been red California jackrabbits, and we had a spectacular gopher snake a few weeks ago. Okay, thanks for joining me on this walk, and hope to see you out here soon when the park is open after the pandemic is over.